Hello everybody and welcome to another one of our training videos. In this particular one we're going to talk about creating a vision. Creating a vision. Now you may recall or have heard of in Proverbs 29 in the Bible it says, "Without a vision the people will perish." Without a vision people will perish because you see, we as human beings, as individuals, we need to have a direction in which we go. It may be that we are the ones who are leading towards that vision, or it could be that we are leading others by pointing them in a certain direction. I'm sure you can think of many visionaries. You can touch on a few yourself, but Elon Musk, who is the founder of Tesla and also SpaceX, has famously said, "We will land a person on Mars by 2025. Now, many of you may say, that's outrageous, you may think that's unbelievable, that's unachievable, whatever. The fact is that very often visions can only be reviewed when you look back and you see what has been achieved or not. In other words, time will tell. Why is that important? Because when a vision is created, you see the vision as the leader. You know where you want to go, but you have to take people with you. Without a vision, the people will perish. My name is Igwe. I have 35 years experience working across 5 different countries, Europe, Middle East and Africa. And throughout my career, I've built, grown, created, developed teams and taken them to the highest levels of their achievement in the different fields. I speak from a place of knowledge, experience, and a desire to share in whatever way I can. So if you appreciate what you're hearing here, please like, comment, and of course subscribe to this channel so you know more about the different training videos that we're doing. Creating a vision. Now perhaps not everybody can create a vision. Perhaps not everybody has been wired that way to have some amazing idea, whether it's like an Elon Musk, or a Steve Jobs, or Richard Branson, or Nelson Mandela, or whoever you see, Martin Luther King, Margaret Thatcher, for those who know some of what she achieved, or Angela Merkel in Germany, for what she's achieved in Germany. So people come from different places, sports, politics, the sciences, life. Visions are created. The fundamental thing about a vision is it's the idea of improving people's lives and making it better for future generations. So how do you or I go about developing or creating a vision? So let me just give you a few examples. Just on this left-hand side here, we're just going to focus on this in a minute. The concept of creating a vision, which you and I can do. So this is not some stratospheric idea. It is within the remit and ability of all of us. The first is to have an idea. You want to have that idea. What is it that you want to achieve? What is it that you want to do? Which probably you are the only person in your mind's eye. You're the one who sees it. You'll get people who say, it can't be done, it can't be achieved, that's outrageous, it's ridiculous, we don't have the resources, so on and so on and so forth. But you have the idea and you see it clearly in your mind's eye. Once you've seen it clearly, you then have to believe. Fundamentally, you imprint it on your mind. It becomes something that you live and breathe and all-consuming in many ways. You know that you're going to have to take a risk. So if you're not a risk taker, then you're going to fail here. You're going to stop here because you're going to go, oh, can't do that, that's scary, it won't work, and so on. And you start believing other people. But you're going to have to take a risk. It's going to be a financial risk, maybe a personal risk, maybe it's a resource risk, maybe it's a lack of talent risk that you don't have. Whatever it is. Maybe a reputation risk, because people will call you crazy, say, oh, that can't be done, I told you it couldn't. So you've set up the idea, you've imprinted it in your mind, and it's in your mind's eye, and it sits there. You want to believe it, fundamentally believe it. No one is going to take it away from you. No one's going to steal it. You know you're going to have to risk something, a lot maybe, and then you have to have the courage to put that into motion. Those are the ingredients, first of all, for creating a vision. You've basically got to come up on your own. It could be with somebody else. That has also happened. Many great companies have been co-founded, but often it starts with one person's idea. One person pushes and drives it forward. Then you have somebody who is also supportive of what you're doing, the direction you want to go, and they believe it. And then you want to take it to the next level. So let's think about a very simple example. Imagine that you've got this idea, you've got this vision, and you know where you want to go. And you get all your team, your company together, whatever it happens to be, and you're all going to row. Imagine you're in a boat and you're rowing in a certain direction. Maybe you come across choppy, high seas. I hope the boat's stable enough to carry you all and take you forward safely, but you would have planned that anyway. So you're on this boat, you're all in this boat together. If you didn't have a vision that people felt bought into and the trust that they had of you, it's going to be very difficult for them to get to where you want them to get to. Equally, you're going to have to, at a very practical level, give each of them tasks. So there are those who row, there are those who rest, there are those who support, there are those who maybe are on the lookout, whatever. You can have your own imagination. Clearly, boats today are way more sophisticated than they used to be, but just hold the idea. And then what you want to do to execute that vision is on this right-hand side in red are the things that you're going to have communicated. Your vision has to be absolutely clear. Not only clear in your mind's eye, an absolute belief, but you're going to have to then know how to communicate it to your team, to your company, to your department. So it's got to be absolutely clear, crystal clear. It's got to be engaging. In other words, it's got to be something I feel, that's exciting, I want to get involved in it, I want to move it forward. They've got to feel that they are a part of that process. Equally, it's got to be incredibly compelling. So what's the end result? What is it that it's going to help me do, help us do, the company achieve? It's got to be compelling. In other words, it's got to be strong, it's got to be powerful, which is, as you can imagine, something that maybe you can't see, people can't see today, but they know that it's going to be amazing. It's got to be motivating. So they've got to be able to wake up every day and say, yeah, I want to do this. I want to fight for it. I believe in it. It's the way I want to go, which then starts to diminish the risk, because you've got more people on board. So it becomes less of a risk. People are courageous with you as well. They're engaged in what you want to do. And then the final, but equally and perhaps most important one, there's got to be a sense of purpose. What is the purpose of doing this? What is the purpose of people engaging with this vision that you've created? If they can't see the purpose, then the rest is going to kind of fall away over time. Yes, you can catch it up if it's clear enough, but they've got to see what is the ultimate objective. Why should I do this? And remember, I said at the beginning, it's about creating a better future. A better future for future generations, or it could be my own generation. It could be me in that business. How does it become better for me? What's the purpose? What's the sense of purpose that one wants to acquire? Now, to achieve all this equally in terms of a vision, myself as the visionary leader, let's say, it's got to have certain very important ingredients. It's got to have imagination. Imagination. It's back to here. The mind's eye, but the idea in particular, but the imagination. Imagine it. Because if you imagine it, then you can create it in your mind's eye. And fundamental, you know which way you're going. Imagination, but the other part is creativity. Because you're probably going to have to go outside boundaries created by the business, created by the industry, maybe created by your physical environment. What are the ways in which you can leverage that creativity, the new ideas, the new frontiers, the new objectives, the people you want to have? And then the wisdom. You need to be wise about it. So you need to think about it. How is it that I can create something that is better, more amazing, more powerful, more engaging? And how can I do it, obviously ethically, as well as with a sense of values that I, as a leader, am going to bring? And then the final thing is, and one of the most important, of course, is passion. When you look at many of the leaders that I've mentioned earlier on and others you'll come up with, they have incredible passion. There's no way anybody's going to tell them that their vision or their dream is not going to come about. That's the drive, that's the ambition, that's the passion which comes all the way through here. It's clear, it's engaging, it's compelling, it's motivating, and people see the sense of purpose in it. So you may say to yourself, great, big ideas, big vision, but can I do it? Well, you can. I've done it in my own. A very quick example, in one of the businesses that I set up, I approached a particular way of doing something, and I've done it in different ways time and time again. And I once received a phone call from one of the big players in the industry who said, Chris, what you're doing looks really amazing. Can you come and tell me about it? As he was a friend, I went and shared it with him, and he said to me, that's fantastic. Would you mind if I use it? I said, sure. A, that's what friends are for, and B, I believe that the world is bigger and there are more opportunities. The more you share, the more you create, the more you build together. Co-creativity is what I call it. He loved the idea. It seemed to me a very simple thing, but my idea, my view, my approach to that particular aspect was so clear in my mind. I knew it hadn't been done, and I wanted to do it, and I did. It was satisfying, it was engaging, it was compelling, and I was just passionate about it, and still am today. So it doesn't have to be world-changing necessarily. If you can, then that's brilliant, that's fantastic. But what can you do to change where you are and the people that report to you, or the people that you lead and you care for? Create a vision and then manifest that vision through the steps that I've recounted earlier on. I hope that has resonated with you, and if it has, then please feel free to like, share and comment. I'd love to know about what your vision is, what your own ideas, or what you've already created and how you're going to take it forward. And of course, subscribe to the channel so you can learn more about the previous videos and more to come. Thank you.